Today's topic is what is cognitive grammar, the basics or the ABC of CG, or the fundamental concepts. And then I will share some books that you should study in order to get a fairly good command of cognitive grammar. So, what is cognitive grammar? Basically, it's an approach to language developed by Ronald Laghari, which considers the basic units of language to be symbols or symbolic relations between a semantic structure and a phonological structure. Cognitive grammar focuses on how these units can be combined to operate to generate larger units, which are also a pairing of semantics and phonology, that is, sounds and meanings. It's a bit different approach, you can say that. Here, basically, the structures are combination of semantic structure and phonological structure. So you can say that it's an alternative view of linguistic structure, because symbolic representation or symbolic thesis, it means language is a means for relating sounds and meanings. So sounds and meanings are the units of cognitive grammar. And here, in cognitive grammar, you study memory, learning, perception, attention, consciousness, reasoning, or simply thought. There are different concepts here, such as profiling, construals, grounding. What is grounding, for example? Grounding is a speech event. And it's like grounding in cognitive grammar means a speech event, its participants, that is the speaker and the hearer, their interaction, and the immediate circumstances. So our grounding element specifies the status, the ground of the things profiled by nominal, and the process profiled by a finite clause. What are grounding elements? Nominals, for example. Definiteness or indefinite, such as a, and the qualifications such as some or many. Deixis, such as this, that, those. And what is verbal? Verbal is S, ed, would, will, be, ing. So that's called clausal grounding, and that is concerned with the status of events with respect to the actual or potential occurrence. For example, when it happened, are you sure that it happened? How did it happen? And modality, aspect, and tense. So cognitive grammar is basically about general cognitive processes. For example, you can see the terms like figure ground, the perception, that is seeing things and relations, categorization, seeing a word like horse, noun, schematization, that is she drank it, her mother made a glass of juice. Automatization, that is remembering a laptop as a unit. Perspective taking, that is adopt different point of view upon hearing the mouse was chased away and the cat chased the mouse away. Similarly, this cognitive grammar that can be very helpful in teaching, pedagogy or ELT, English language teaching, especially second language learning and teaching. In second learning teaching, like when you are teaching, you can take verb, for example, to be. It can be like the cognitive approach will be taking it or analyzing it as identifier, class membership, attribution, location, existential, and it's like class membership will be, for example, university is a learning institution, dog is an animal, and attribution can be he is busy, that Islamabad is a busy city, Paris is a beautiful city. Location can be I am sitting in the classroom, you are sitting in your room or classroom. Existential will be, for example, the earth is a part of the solar system. So you can, like for example, if there is a set, the dog is an animal, or the cat is my pet. Here you can see the cat is subject, is verb, identifier, my pet. Or class and membership will be the cat is a small animal. Attribution will be the cat is very playful. Location will be the cat is in the room or in the lab, on the lab. And existential, that will be the cat is in the kitchen. There are three basic components or positions. Number one, cognitive grammar denies that there is an autonomous linguistic faculty in the mind. It understands grammar in terms of conceptualization, and it claims that knowledge of language arises out of language use. So basically it's usage based. These are the three main claims that you see in cognitive grammar. Now there are some books that I like to suggest. One is The Way We Think, the Conceptual Blending and the Mind's Hidden Complexities. This book is written by Mark Turner and Giles Frucanier. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the word. This book is a very interesting book. That could be. Second book that you should read is Plato's Republica, book number 7. That is page number 225, 226, just 2-3 pages if you can read here. The analogy of the cave and the idea of forms that Plato gave, that will be good. Then you can study Aristotle's idea of categorization. Then the other book is Metaphors We Live By, that is by George Lakoff and Mark Johnson. That's a very good book. Then Fillmore's Case for Case article and Fillmore's writings. That could help an understanding of cognitive grammar, cognitive linguistics. Then comes the main writer, Ronald W. Langaker. His book, Investigations in Cognitive Grammar, and his other book is Cognitive Grammar, A Basic Introduction. And there is one more book, if you're English teachers and you want to use this cognitive grammar, that is Second Language Learning and Teaching. The editor is Miroslav Polak. Sorry again if I mispronounced that proper noun. So these books could be helpful to you, and I hope that you will find this new approach, cognitive grammar, helpful in teaching your students. So that's an alternative approach, and I encourage all the teachers to explore it. I'm also exploring it these days. So hopefully I will come up with something positive. Whenever I am successful, I will share my findings through these videos and through my articles of writing. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.